So I do believe that social media has evolved throughout the years to cause a division between specifically black men and black women within the community. One of the issues that I see that pops up the most, we're still having conversations of, should you go 50-50 in the household? Mm-hmm. What is the role of a woman? What is the role of a man? One particular one I see to this day is, should a woman do wifey things while she's still a girlfriend? Should she just wait until there's a ring on it? Now, of course, in here we know that sex is marriage, but in the world, a lot of our brothers and sisters don't know that.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think due to the brainwashing, yeah, it has caused a division between our brothers and sisters, because I will say more so they focus on the women. They brainwash them with the my body, my choice. I can do what I want, the boss BITCH mentality, things like that. And it's now evolved into this trend where they believe that a woman doesn't need a man. Right. But the thing is, when you look at other cultures, you look at the Asians, we look at some, like most white people, we look at the Indians, the Samoans, Chinese, Japanese, any other ethnic group of people, their women have not adopted that culture. You've never seen at least I've never seen a Japanese woman sit here and say, yeah, I don't need my man.
Yeah,
I can do this all by myself. I've never seen that. Slakia.
Yeah, you see a lot of those. You see that a lot on social media with this divide, and you see a lot of podcasts pop up that's strictly based on that. And I think one of the things, in my opinion, is the whole Kevin Samuels thing, because I feel like he came at a time where social media, everybody was paying attention. It was COVID. And then when once he was gone, you seen a lot of people ride that wave. You see a lot of influencers, podcasts pop up, and they're talking about these same things, and it's like a circling argument. What I mean is, there's never a solution to this. What a black man needs to do, what a black woman needs to do. Conversation. It's never no solution. It's just you hear new things all the time. Like, if you're going to take a woman out, you got to spend $300, or you know what I'm saying. Just ridiculous things are coming up all the time in that whole conversation as far as relationships. And I just feel like a lot of people are leaning on social media for their guidance on how to deal with a man or woman in our community. What you think about that?
I believe that's true. So one thing that I try to always remember is that it's not just us. When I say us, I mean adults that are on social media. There's a lot of teenagers, adolescents, children that have access to TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, I think it's X now, Facebook, so on and so forth. And they're obviously not mature enough to differentiate from what is good and what is bad. Like us, we can watch something but know, like, I'm not gonna do that. They haven't developed that mentality yet, and sadly there are some brothers and sisters who don't either have a functioning family, a dysfunctional family, a father in the household, he might be in jail, he might not be present in their life, or they might not have the greatest example of a mother. So like you said, they look to social media as kind of a way to teach them how to function as they get older. But a lot of the stuff you see is toxic. And a lot of the stuff isn't true. Like, I think one of the biggest ones I remember was when Beyonce came out with, what is it, All the Single Ladies or whatever. And she's telling everybody, like, it's a song about, single women. That woman married with children.
Right.
So she's not even partaking in what she's teaching you. Now, to us, we know that it's just a song. But music can be influential, just like social media, and there are a lot of young women who watch that and they adopt that mentality. They think that they could be like that, when little do they know that that's actually destructive.
Right, and that's true. Music does have an effect on people's moods. That's proven. That's scientifically proven. Another thing is, I don't know if you've seen that video with Cardi B where she kind of like, she didn't want her daughter to hear, I think it was WAP or one of them songs.
I believe
she don't allow. Now she's performing this stuff, and our community is eating it up, but she not raising her daughter like that. Also, the city girl, I believe she was on the one Young Miami. I think what's his name? He's LGBTQ, the light skinned guy that be asking questions. He's like,
I can't think of his name.
y'all know who I'm talking about. He's in Hollywood.
Hollywood Untucked.
He was asking her will her daughter be a city girl?
Okay.
And she was like, no. She said that like quick, like no, she's not gonna be that. She's not gonna be that type of woman. So the point you're making is that a lot of people, what we're looking at as in this entertainment world is fake, and they don't really live this life that they're portraying to our people. You know what I mean? And so I think that we need to really think about that when we're looking at these people and these celebrities and how they live their lives on camera versus reality, how they really live their lives behind the scenes.
Just pretty much going back to what you were saying, like, yeah, it definitely is a problem within our community. And I want to focus mainly on our community because these other nations, like these other ethnic groups of people who are not black, not Latino, they also are exposed to these things, just like how we are.
Yeah.
The only difference that I'm seeing is, one, they have, I would say as a whole, they have a little bit more structure in their household overall. Not saying that we don't have structure in our household, but I would say as a community, I see it a lot more in other ethnic groups to where they'll tell their daughters or they'll tell their sons, like, you know, you're not going to be this. You're not going to be that. They are strict on them. You know, here they tell you things like, oh, you should be able to teach your child sex when they're in first grade. You should be able to, I think I've seen something where it's little girls, they're getting like makeup tutorials and stuff like that. But I mean, like, to the equivalent of, what's her name? Like Kylie Jenner, like the Kardashians and stuff, like altering their body. These are children.
Damn.
So we're taught that this is acceptable. These other people know that it's not acceptable. So even though their children might be exposed to it, they know better. But sadly, since we had our culture ripped away from us, we're forced to adopt the culture that's around us. And the culture that we have adopted, women being masculine, masculinity for a man being frowned upon, that's where that term toxic masculinity, or they call you misogynistic, which I don't know how a man being masculine is misogynistic to women. That doesn't make any sense. To be a misogynist means you hate women.
Right.
If you a masculine man, that means you protect your woman. So that it just don't make no sense, but that's what we've been brainwashed to believe in. So yeah, it's definitely caused an impact on our community for years now.